By now, most of us have played one or two versions of Angry Birds at least. Well, now there's a new version, Angry Birds Space, which is different from the older versions of Angry Birds. There's some new stuff in this game, new birds, new concepts, and you'll need some new strategies, but it's still Angry Birds. They're in space. And you may get angry after playing the game for a while, but I'll get to that momentarily. For starters, this is a clever twist on the tried and true traditional Angry Birds style gameplay. This time they're in space. How do birds breathe in space? Don't worry about it. You let them handle that. This game is aimed directly at the market who is already familiar with Angry Birds and loves this series. So the new gameplay style where you're looping birds around planets and firing them into space and knocking meteors into things is really cool. And as of this recording, Angry Birds Space costs about $3 or so for the iPad in HD. But it's really short, much shorter than the previous games. You only get 2 levels. And then they slap you in the face. And it's a complete mystery to me as to why they've done this. Let me explain. Imagine going to your favorite fast food restaurant and driving through buying a Happy Meal with a hamburger and french fries for $3. Which really isn't all that much. Anyway, you drive away, then park somewhere and eat your hamburger, and just as you're about to eat your french fries, which are right there in front of you, somebody from the restaurant runs up to your car, swipes them from your hands, and tells you to pay an additional 99 cents to eat them, which would be incredibly insulting. Why wouldn't you just charge an additional $1 to begin with? That's exactly what they've done with this game, even though the Angry Birds series is known for giving you lots of free levels and updating their games. I feel like they're shortchanging me in this one. They should have just charged an extra $1 to begin with, instead of requiring me to pay an additional 99 cents after an hour or two of gameplay. That's insane. It just pisses people off, even though the game itself is very good. Now, it's not as colorful as the original, and it's slightly more difficult to pick up if you're not familiar with the standard Angry Birds gameplay, so kids will have a harder time with this one unless they've played the first one first. But if you're an Angry Birds veteran, you won't find this one very difficult. Actually, the first 2 levels are quite easy. And just as the game starts to get challenging and you have to buy the 3rd round of levels, they hit you up for more money. At least for the iPad version. The Android version does seem to be a lot cheaper. So Android owners may come out ahead on this one. Anyway, depending on when you're listening to this review, they may or may not change this. Considering the amount of 1-star reviews this game has gotten, I can only assume they've noticed. So, looking beyond that, their new level designs are quite clever. I really enjoyed them. I love how they use the space theme and gravity to mix up the standard Angry Birds gameplay, because it really changes things. Now, I think some of the levels could use more color, and hopefully they continue to update the game with new levels and take care of their customers like they've done in the past. There's a few new birds, like the freezing bird. The yellow bird is now the purple one, and you can aim while you're sniping. So that kind of replaces the useless boomerang bird, as you can wrap it around the planets or wrap it around targets and then shoot from behind. Basically, Angry Birds Space hints at being a great, worthy sequel to Angry Birds, but falls a bit short because of the size of the game. It's just too small. Because the original Angry Birds games were so good, people just expect more from Angry Birds. Perhaps they've gone the way of so many heavy metal bands. Once they become fat and happy with their success, they lose that anger that made them good in the first place. Fans of the series will find some great new levels and use some new clever strategies in Angry Birds Space. Just expect to expect less than what you expect.